At this point, just put Gundam vs. Godzilla the movie. Just do it. Pacific Rim Uprising. It's directed by Steven S. DeKnight. It stars John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, and Charlie Day. It's been 10 years since the Jaegers had defeated the Kaijus, and now they are just waiting for the next invasion to happen. But Jake Pentecost, the son of General Pentecost, played by Idris Elba, has become a scavenger who just lost his way. But a new invasion is afoot, and he's been recruited to come back and pilot the Jaegers and train a brand new set of Jaeger pilots. Yeah, that's really the plot, but you didn't come here for the plot. You didn't come here for the story. You came here to see big monsters fight big robots and boom, 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 and break shit, and oh god damn it, you know, like god damn it, just break shit, just break shit, just break shit. And do robots fight big monsters and break shit? Yeah! If you like the first Pacific Rim movie, this one's for you. If you like big monsters attacking the city type movies, this one's for you. If you like animes like Gundam and Neon Genesis Evangelion, this one's for you. If you're a little kid, this one's for you. Everybody else is gonna be just wondering what all the fuss is about. Everybody else is gonna say, well, what's the difference between this and a Transformers movie? Now, Guillermo del Toro, who just recently won an Oscar for The Shape of Water, made the first one. And the first one, while it was still probably his weakest movie out of his filmography, there is a lot of heart to this movie. And there is a point of the humans piloting these Jaeger robots because there is something more at stake. You know, you care about the people inside the robots piloting these things in the middle of the match, so you don't want to see them go out. But the big problem that I had with the first one was that the characters were just not fully developed. They were just cardboard cutouts left there to fill in the running time until we have to see the robots fight the monsters. But as for me, there wasn't enough robots fighting monsters in the first one. Not enough to merit the whole movie. Especially when you're giving me cardboard cutout characters who barely made the corny dialogue believable. Other than Idris Elba, of course. And I was hoping that with Steven S. DeKnight coming on board as director that we would fix the problems that we had in the first one. But unfortunately, he just doubled down on it. Again, there is probably a bit more robots fighting monster action sequences in this movie, and they're big and they're spectacle, and you could say that they're actually better than the first one because now it's in the daylight, where in the first one it was in a lot of dark cities and the night and the oceans, you know, rain and everything. It was a little hard to see at times, and this one is in broad daylight. They have great action sequences, great choreography in the sequences. But again, to me, I didn't feel like there were enough action scenes to merit the whole movie. And that is because we are stuck with cardboard cutout characters yet again. And it almost felt like it was just targeting a kid's Saturday morning cartoon vibe where they don't really focus on character development. We got John Boyega here trying to carry on the mantle of Idris Elba, but he still has to play like this cartoonish kiddie vibe tone that the movie's trying to follow. And it's a little inconsistent, this tone, because at one point it's super kiddie and super Saturday morning, but then when the action comes, it's pretty lethal, and you see some gruesome stuff happening to people in this movie. People get stomped, people get stabbed, people get tortured. Like, damn, it's a little inconsistent. So parents might get thrown off if they take their little kids into this movie. And those cardboard cutout characters, they are so boring. Yes, John Boyega brings a lot of charisma into his character, so you try to follow as much as you can, and you try to let go as much as possible, even though it's a little hard to swallow. You know that this character was not even mentioned in the first one, but he is the son of Idris Elba. We got old characters coming back like Rico Kikuchi and Charlie Day, and while Charlie Day is a pretty big highlight and they actually do something a little interesting with Charlie Day's character, everybody else's character is kind of pointless. And then you wonder, where's Charlie Hunnam's character at? He was the main character in the first one, but he just kind of like disappeared. But are the action scenes worth it? Oh my gosh, is they worth it? If you want to see buildings bashing and robots hitting each other, this time we even have robots fighting robots. Boom, 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 boom. When you're in the action sequences, you can't help but feel like you're having a lot of fun watching these action sequences. But at what cost do you have to go through to get to these action sequences is what I'm talking about. I'm kind of surprised because this actually comes closer to a Transformers movie than I would have liked to. And I do have to say that I do appreciate the all-international cast in this film. We have from Latinos to Russians to Germans to Middle Easterns to British to American. No, we have it all. And we have them all as lead characters, and it's just very impressive. Even though they are really trying to target that Chinese audience, like a lot. Like basically most of this movie is a Chinese cast. Basically everything about this movie is catered to a Chinese audience on purpose to get that Chinese box office. Kind of what Transformers did, but it didn't work out in the last one. But are the robots and monster scenes worth it? Yeah, because you see them go boom, 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 boom. And the cast tries to do what they can with the material that it's given to them, and they do try to have a lot of fun with it, especially the kids and John Boyega. But Scott Eastwood is just so out of place in this movie, and it's just Scott Eastwood needs to find his niche, because I don't know about this guy. But again, you didn't come to get to know any new characters. You didn't come for the story. You came for the action. You came for the robots fighting monsters. And the running time is shorter than the last one, so that helps. But it's just hard to swallow, man. This movie is corny. Dialogue corny, characters corny, situations corny, twists corny. It's a Saturday morning cartoon, and a very rushed one at that. With a third act that ends so abruptly, it's basically screaming out, "See you next week for the next episode" type of feel. And I know that it's in hopes for a third one, because they literally leave it out next for the third one. There is no closure at all after the third act. It's literally the third act ends and boom, credits, hoping for the next episode, hoping for the next chapter in this franchise. Look, man, while I have a lot of fun watching these robots fighting monsters, it just missed something that Guillermo del Toro had in this movie, while I just try to double down on the things that I didn't like from the first one. The action scenes were fun, but everything else is just a nuisance for me. I really kind of didn't enjoy watching this movie. As much as I tried to, it is better than a Transformers movie, but not by much. I'm unfortunately gonna have to give Pacific Rim Uprising a 2.5 stars out of 5. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see here, click like at the bottom. Go to our SoundCloud page for more in-depth reviews. This is Ray from LiveWire, and once again, thanks for watching.